Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am the Crypto Crow, and we're going to dive right into this because I think this is going to affect you in a pretty significant way, and I want you to think about it. The IRS has now delayed the $600 crypto tax threshold, citing the need to clarify conditions before its rollout. This apparently is going to be I don't know, is this going to be a Christmas present that we're going to see Biden tweeting about another job well done? I don't know. We'll see. The Internal Revenue Service is delaying the rollout of its new $600 reporting threshold for third-party settlements, saying that more clarity is needed before it can kick off. In a new press release, the IRS says that due to the moratorium, third-party settlement businesses will no longer be required to report transactions in 2022 that cross the $600 threshold. Well, 2022 is about over. We got a few days. So, furthermore, the IRS has designated 2022 as a transition period for the implementation of the new threshold, which was enacted as part of the American Rescue Plan of 2021. That being basically, we're going to figure out ways to tax everybody every possible way we can because we keep printing trillions of dollars and spending it on the dumbest shit ever that have nothing really to do with what we're writing these 4,500 page bills about to begin with. Really, we're going to continue debasing the value of the dollar because we need to adopt something new before we all go pop. So that's just my opinion. But the transition period delays the reporting of transactions in excess of $600 to transactions that occur after the calendar year 2022. The transition period is intended to facilitate an orderly transition for TPSO, third-party settlements organization, basically like your Venmos, your PayPals, all of that stuff. Tax compliance, as well as individual payee compliance with income tax reporting. A participating payee in the case of a third-party network transaction is any person who accepts payment from a third-party settlement organization for a business transaction. Like I said, your PayPals, your Venmos, your Cash Apps. The IRS says that it will provide the proper 1099 forms required to report the new threshold to taxpayers who need them when the time is right. So basically, this is a pretty big deal to many, especially given where the economy is right now, the prices of everything, any possible way you can save a buck. But don't you think it's odd? Don't you think it's odd that as gas prices go up, the price of vegetables climbs like 40% or whatever it is, that basically the price for everything continues to skyrocket as our government keeps printing trillions of dollars, sending billions overseas? Why are we the ones getting bled out? Does it not make any sense to anyone? Let me know in the comments below. Why do you think they are pushing this to maybe 2023? Do you think maybe we're going to start getting the CBDCs enacted? Do you think maybe when they start pushing the model for the CBDC tokens that there might be a tax incentive for utilizing them for the first couple years? Maybe that tax incentive is pushing this back further on those that are cashing in, cashing out, or utilizing CBDCs. I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know. I haven't even read anything on it. I'm just saying I find it odd. Why of all times are they going to say we're going to push this off for a little while? We're going to give you a little bit of relief. I don't know what's happening, but I guess we'll wait and see. But ultimately, when this does, and I remember this came out after everybody was promised that you're not gonna see new taxes unless you're making $400,000 or more a year. Remember that? And then it became a household, not you individually, but like if you and your wife make so much money, then you'll probably pay a little more tax. But yeah. And then we saw this, where basically they're going to start saying, $600, anything you do over $600, well, now you have to claim that. And that includes, that's ultimately going to include everything. Because when you're paid in CBDC tokens and things like that, and that's ultimately the only currency anybody's using, well, for those of you that are only claiming so much of your money by accepting tips at, whatever restaurant or bar you work at, yeah, you're going to be paying more tax on all of that as well. And Yeah, I have all kinds of, little theories and things I'd love to spit out, but unfortunately, you can't really do that nowadays, can you? Because while all this stuff is happening to everybody each and every day, we're not really allowed to talk about it because we have to walk around with a smile on our faces like they do in China, or you're going to lose points of your social credit score. Are we going to get a social credit score? I don't know, but I definitely see something like that happening. And I think a lot of that is ultimately going to be related to the CBDCs. When we basically leave, I do have a question, and if there are any of you out there that are economists, and maybe you can fill me in the comments below, what happens if we adopt the CBDC and it has absolutely nothing to do with the dollar as it is today? Are we able to just basically walk away from the Fed entirely and just wipe the debt clean? Is that even a possibility? How do we walk away from what is owed to the Fed? And if we are able to do that, could that be a reason why we keep passing these trillions of dollars that we just keep printing in the middle of like insane inflation that we're supposedly trying to bring back down? I mean, that's really one of the reasons why I think so many corporations are letting go of like thousands and thousands of people, because it ultimately helps inflation to have less people employed. So how does all this tie into everything? I'd love to read your comments below. Enlighten me if you can, especially if you're well educated in economics and all of that. I'm more than happy to be all ears. Also, I know at some point this week, it may have already be out by the time this video comes out. I know I'm going to be on Metaverse Mona. I'm going to be on her channel here pretty soon, sometime this week. I can't remember the date. I have to double check. I think it might actually be Tuesday. It might be today. I might actually be on there today. And then I know that I'm going to be on Altcoin Daily here pretty soon. We're going to be doing some Cardano talking. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy that. Hit the like button if you don't mind. Smash that subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I'm definitely working on some stuff you're going to want to see. And I'm definitely going to be working on this Ethereum versus Cardano side-by-side comparison over development cycles, commits, basically sentiment, you name it, from the inception to now. And because I'm so tired of all of this Cardano FUD with a lot of these institutional investors that apparently, from my previous video said don't exist in the crypto space. You gotta love these people. Anyway, for those of you that are watching this video and you're still here after 7 minutes and 20 seconds of listening to me ramble, guess what? You're probably gonna be a millionaire by 2025. So congratulations, and I'll see you again real soon. Until then, crow your coins.